Hello everyone, this is Nocturne and welcome back to some more Minecraft. We are out here a little further away from the house because like I said, it's time to tap our next oil spawn and it is right over here. And something else I wanted to do on camera real quick. I know I showed it to you when we first tapped our first oil spawn, but I wanted to take our chunk loader here and actually convert it into some spot loaders since I finally have enough ender pearls to do so. And this will actually come in a lot more handy because I don't need the entire thing for what we're going to be doing here. So setting up just the 2 or 4, or however many I decide we need. Let's see. Will come in a lot more handy. So let's go ahead and get this set up real quick. Pump. Redstone engines. There we go. And ender tank, of course. And right. Levers. I know I had them in here somewhere. 1, 2, and go. Alright, that should be all we need, except for... Cow? No, I did not make that staircase for you. Alright, let's go ahead and turn these on. And one thing that I found interesting, this is where the oil spawn is. They always, in my experience, spawn right in the corner. Which is kind of inconvenient, because now I need to load this chunk, and this chunk, and this chunk. This one I think is okay. Well, actually, since the lever's there, we probably want to load that one too, so we can just place these guys anywhere, really. So, one there, one there, one there, and one here. And there we go. We have all our chunks loaded, and like I showed you guys before, to double check, F4. Yep, all 4 are loaded. Excellent. So, now that we got that going, we can get on with the rest of today's episode, and probably clear out the trade stations that Ninja's been going crazy with. Today, I definitely wanted to start to work a little more on... It's okay, Ninja. Don't worry about it. Try and maybe get some seed oil production going on, because I've definitely been saving my seeds recently. And we'll just get a very preliminary, simple setup going for now, and we'll work on automating it a little later. But, oh, actually I just ran past it. Hey. No, I can't shift click out of there. Okay then. I also wanted to get to work on something that will help us for automating in the future. And it looks like those finished up off camera in between episodes. Awesome. And I think that's good for the moment. So what I wanted to do is actually get a couple more machines here. I think I'm going to make a second carpenter, because this one, as we can see, is full of water, and if we'll recall, the stamp recipes all require seed oil. So I think I'm going to make another one of those, and make another, or actually make a squeezer for us, which is another fun forestry machine. Some tin, another sturdy casing, some glass, and of course power. So let's see, do we... No. I should get those out of my bar. So let's see, do we have tin in here? We don't. It's okay. I know where to get more. Also, I spent a little time and got us some more redstone energy conduits, because we're going to be needing those in the future. Let's get the rest of them going. There we go. So, tin. Should probably carry some of this over to the room. And let me drop these guys off in here, because that's what I meant to do with them earlier. And I'll read those later off camera, since they pretty much say the same thing that they did before. Alright. Bronze. This is for something else we're going to be getting to in a bit. Another sturdy machine right for that, for those 8. But let's see. Since I'm going to be needing a few of these here soon anyway, let's just go ahead and craft up a bunch of them. Nice. I will have to make some more bronze here in a bit, but that's okay. And let's see. 2 pieces of glass. Actually, you know, since... Well, I don't have the copper on me. I was going to say we can go ahead and make the second carpenter while we're at it. So let's see, where do we want to put this one? We got the carpenter here. I want to put something else there. I think maybe we'll go ahead and put these 2 guys on the end. So we'll stick the squeezer here. There we go. And it's pretty simple. Just stick what you want in here. This is the internal tank. Here's any extra output, and you can put liquid containers here and it'll automatically fill them up for you. Or because this is forestry, at least I'm pretty sure we can get away with this. Let me make one real quick. No, 6. And I forgot the glass. Not the first time I've done that either. That's fine. It looks better as glass, really. No, not tin. Oh, whoa, centrifuge. That's not what I wanted to make. We'll be needing that later when we get into bees. Where's the carpenter? Bronze, right. Not copper. Okay. Yeah, we can get that over here. That shouldn't take very long, if I could sprint. There we go. Yeah, we're definitely going to want to get back to IC2 here once we get our farm set up, because I am really in need of some faster motion. Alright, good. I had some extra bronze over here. Nice. So, there we go. Second carpenter. And actually, while we're here... start grabbing up some of the extra seeds I've been holding on to. I probably don't need that many, since we're only trying to get just enough to get the recipe working. And set the carpenter right here. And now that they both got power, I should be able to just stick the seeds in here, and... it's definitely making them. Getting a little bit of seed oil. I could have sworn these things, like the thermal expansion machines, auto-ejected. I might need to set up some piping for this. Yeah, it's looking that way. Unfortunately, a long time ago, or I guess in the last few months, Sengir nerfed the amount of seed oil you get per seed. So you guys can see we're getting 20 millibuckets. So it's going to take a long time to get a single bucket. So what we need for stamps is actually 300, so there you go. That took quite a few seeds to make, but we're getting there, and yeah, it's still not coming in. Alright, we will have to do something a little different here. I'll let those go ahead and work like that. Wow, that is quite the nerf. But I guess in the meantime, while this guy works off his seed oil, we can actually work on some of that automation stuff I was talking about. And for that, we're going to need to be spending a lot. And thank you, SMP door glitches. So let me go ahead and drop off some junk here, since we don't need the seeds. Oh, and I've been meaning to tell you guys for a long time now, the chicken prank Ninja did. This is the results. So now I can finally say that I've shown you guys this, and I can sort my inventory finally. It's been bugging me for a while.
User entered your channel.
There we go. Okay. So, what we are going to need is the assembly table from Buildcraft. Quite an expensive machine here. Obsidian, diamond, a diamond gear, and redstone. So, like I said when I made up all those before, not to worry, we are going to have plenty of use. There should be diamonds in the other room. For all those diamond gears I made up. I can think of a use for the assembly table, in addition to a few other things, like, say, a quarry, for those of you who know what I'm talking about. There's our gear, and a piece of redstone. And these guys should be done with just enough left. Awesome. Go and drop them off here. Actually, I'm going to need those right now. Cool. Okay, so we need our diamond. Diamond gear, obsidian, and that. Awesome. And I think when I went off to go explore to get the appetite last episode, I put this away. There we go. Now, we can finally put what belongs here. Assembly table. Awesome. If we open it up, got this cool little interface. This is for supplies, this is for recipes, and this is your progress bar in the middle. Real simple. And turn that off NEI. You got the cool little information panel here. How much you need to craft the current recipe, how much it's got stored, and what you need for that. But unfortunately, you can't power the assembly table directly. That doesn't work that way. What you need to actually create are lasers. These right here. Much more in terms of diamond and obsidian. Redstone's fine, we got plenty of that. And for each one of these, you actually end up getting a speed boost to how quickly things craft. And so as you guys can see here, I've laid out that we're going to be making 9 of them. So let me go ahead and craft one on camera for you guys, get the rest going, and I will show you how we're going to set this up. The assembly table, for those of you who don't know, builds some of the more advanced, I guess you could say, logic pieces for Buildcraft. Let's see, that should be plenty. Probably going to want to get more redstone out of here. Stuff like logic gates and other sorts of circuitry things, as well as the facades I was mentioning last episode, which work very similarly to Red Power 2 covers, but on Buildcraft pipes. So let's see. Got that. Alright, our obsidian. So, 1, 2. And diamonds. Got our first laser. Awesome. Alright, let me get the rest of these done off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so, got our 9 lasers crafted up real quick. And I'm going to be placing them right here, like so. So glad we got all those diamonds earlier. And I'm going to put a few here on the ceiling. No, not quite on the ceiling, because it'll be a little too hard to power them from all the way up there. So I think what I want is to actually have them right where I had those blocks, actually. And let's see, I think... Come on. Thank you, game. Put them right up like this. And I guess I can probably finally clear out this dirt that I don't need now. Nice. Okay, and we are going to actually come back here because we are going to need to run some power to these guys. And fortunately, we have our energy conduits running right back here, so this will come in handy. And, how do we want to do this? I think probably just straight down? No, I don't think we're going to want that. And I put my wrench away again, didn't I? Alright. 1 second. Alright, it's not as pretty as I was hoping for, but this will get the job done. And again, it's not so bad. I'm going to kind of let things slide a little bit, considering this is our whole industrial complex. So we've got our 9 hooked up here, and they're all set up pretty nicely. So I think we can finally start getting to use our assembly table. So the very first thing we're going to want to craft up are the simple chipsets, because you need the chipsets to be able to make the chips themselves. And for that, we're going to need a bit of iron and a bit of redstone. And we're going to need more things in the future, but this is a good first start. So, iron, or redstone, gets us, so whenever you place anything that can be used in a recipe over here in this side, the recipe will show up, and all you got to do is click on it, and you can watch the lasers go to work, and they cycle all the way up to, if we're lucky, blue. Awesome. Look at all that power. Oh, that is so nice. It's so cool looking too. And it should be pretty fast. The other cool thing is that when it does finish, it'll put it in here unless you've got something next to it, like a chest. And we can just go ahead and wait for that to craft up all on its own. And let's see, I think the first thing we're going to want to do is craft up just a regular gate, I believe, to be able to... Well, I'll show you guys when we get to it. Let's see, probably going to want a couple iron ones too while we're at it. So tell it to craft that too. You'll notice this one's darker and this one's a little lighter. Or I guess more solid. And in this texture pack, that's how it looks. In normal, you've got the bright red box and then the sort of dark red box. That tells you which one is currently crafting and which one is up next. And, ooh, nice. 4 of them already. Excellent. So if we actually go here to any eye and... no, I think we want to just look up gates. We've got a whole lot to choose from. We've got the regular gate, the iron and gate, the iron ore gate, the gold gates, the diamond gates, and then of course the awesome autarkic gates. To put it simply, the autarkic gate is like a redstone engine in a single chip that fits on one of these. So very nice things to have, and I think we'll probably be using those to be able to turn on and off our engines. Not necessarily the autarkics. We don't really need the energy pulsar for that, but we do want to go ahead and use them to... basically, we want to detect when this thing is in need of power and turn on the engines, and then when it's full, to turn them off. So what we're also going to need, as soon as we get some more of this stuff crafted up here, let's see, pipe wire. We're going to need some rose red. Pipe wire you can think of like redstone, but that fits on pipes. And works with the logic gates that we've also got that we're going to be crafting up here in a bit. So it's a good thing we have lots of this stuff around. And while we're here, we might as well grab up some more redstone, because we're definitely going to be needing more of that. You guys, I think, can start to notice just how quickly we go through resources here. So I think once we get a little more of this stuff going on, let's see, pipe wire, and if you just left click, it will stop crafting anything else, or right click, and it'll just go ahead and craft up these guys. Awesome. And let's see, take this guy out. No, I think we used up all the iron. Yep, that's tin. Okay, let's see. Regular gates. Stick those in here with some redstone. Actually, I don't think you even need the redstone, but just a redstone chipset plus some buildcraft power gets us, for 20,000 Minecraft joules, gets us 1 gate after some amount of time. And if we take a look here, we are definitely starting to drain this guy out, so let me turn this back on a bit, just to make sure that these 9 lasers are powering things nice and fast. I would have liked to have added more, but I think putting them here would look kind of ugly, and they don't really fit on the ceiling because of, well, this whole little ugliness here. I would have to run them across the ceiling and then have them sit there, and without facades to fit on these guys, which they don't, I think it would be a little too ugly. Even though this is our industrial room, it's just a little too much, and I forgot to do that earlier. There we go. Ah, excellent. We got our first gate. Sweet. Something else we're going to want to do, which might be problematic given the way our drill acts for it. Oh, wow. Nicely done, world. Giant chunk error. Yeah, given the fact that our Fortune 3 drill doesn't always give us gravel, it might be a bit tricky to get these, but what we're going to want is glass. Definitely glass. And we're going to make us some cobblestone pipes. And then we are going to take these and add some gravel to them and get us some structure pipes. Now, I don't really have any use for cobblestone pipes on their own, so I'm not too worried about having used them all just there. Now, we've seen how we use regular pipes in the past. We can use them to transport items. Well, actually, I don't think we've seen item transport yet, but we've definitely seen power and fluid transfer. The structure pipes don't do any of that. They are literally just structure pipes that can sit in the world. Now what I'm going to want to do with these, I think, is run them along like that. And we're definitely going to need a lot of gates for this, so at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a good thing we got all these crafting up while we're waiting. Ooh, nice. Almost done. Oh wow, I didn't even realize I put 5 gates, or 5 chipsets in there. Perfect. Oh, wait. No, that's fine. I'm going to need that in the future anyway, so I might be going a little too fast for you guys right now. Definitely let me know in the comments if you want me to slow down and explain this a little more. But what we're going to want to do is take a gate and stick it on our structure pipe, and right-click, and we get an interface. And this is sort of like an if statement. If this is true, do this. Now, as far as what we can do, we can turn on a redstone signal or not, but if we then go and place some pipe wire along this way. This is the cool thing about the structure pipes too, is you can actually connect 2 different types of piping. So if we had power pipes and liquid pipes that we wanted to run things across, this is how we would do it. Because ordinarily the pipes don't connect, so you would have a hard time getting anything to go through them. These guys do connect though, so that's nice. But now that we have our red piping wire in, we can actually see that we can also good. We do actually have something. We have different options here that we can detect the red state energy cell, states of the redstone energy cell, like, say, no energy, energy stored, can store energy and full energy, but what we're going to want, by the way, you can right and left click to go back and forth. We're going to want to know when it can store energy. So when it has room to run, we are going to want to... Why are you not... Oh, right. Silly me. I do not want regular gates. I can't actually emit a red pipe signal without using a gate that doesn't actually include red pipe wire in its recipe. So if we look here, the recipe for a gate is just a chipset, but if we go up to the iron gates... Oh, right. It requires the pipe wire and an iron chipset. So this is why I made these guys, and so now that that's done, we can throw this guy in here and that guy in here, and we have our choice between an OR gate or an AND gate. Basically the difference is you get, like on that gate there was just the one set of options. With an iron gate you get 2 sets of options, and it ends up being an if statement of this first one and the second one, this first one or the second one. So that's really the big difference there. I tend to prefer the OR gates, but I think we'll go ahead and craft one of each, just to have them. We are going to need a lot more of these, though. So let's see. I did not grab the iron while I was up there. Of course not. Why would I do that? Iron. There we go. And I've got the redstone on me already. Not to worry, these gates won't go to waste. We actually do have some interesting uses for them. Mainly the autarkic gates, and we will definitely be getting into those in a bit, because that's part of the awesome automation that we're going to be doing here in a bit. So let's see. Oh yeah, these guys take lots of power. If you take a look, 40,000 Minecraft joules, and we're currently running at, let's see, 37.8 Minecraft joules per tick. Oh yeah, that's a lot of power. Good thing we've got a lot of power coming in too. Alright, so toss the iron in, toss the redstone in, and I'm going to want more U. And as you guys may have probably guessed, when you need an ironstone chipset, you need iron and redstone. If you need a gold chipset, yes, gold and redstone. And for the diamond chipsets, which I almost never use, because I don't find them to be too terribly useful, just because there's way too many options. You need a diamond and redstone. Gold and redstone. Redstone, as you saw, gives you the regular gate, which gives you the 1 option. Iron gives you 2 options. Gold gives you 4. And diamond gives you 8. And I have never, ever needed 8 options. And then, of course, we have the pulsating chipset, which requires ender pearls, but they're what you need to make the lots and lots of crazy things, but specifically the autarkic gates. And depending on which chip you actually put in it, gives you the corresponding autarkic gate. So, and of course you've got other little options here with some of the other mods have taken advantage of the Buildcraft machines. But let's see, now that we've got that going, got another one. And I think I'm actually going to go ahead and take care of the rest of these off camera since this might be getting a little dry. I will see you guys once I've got the gates and we're ready to start at least automating the engines turning on and off. Alright, all those are finally done crafting. Went ahead and went in with just iron ore gates for now because we don't need anything too fancy. We don't really need to be detecting anything. We just need the ability for it to accept a red pipe signal. So I'm going to stick the AND one on here. And now if we open it up, we can see that we indeed do have the two options. And I'm going to go ahead and set this guy back to can store energy, emit a red pipe signal. And you'll note, just like redstone, it turned on. So I think what I'm also going to do is I'm going to turn this guy off because we actually don't need him anymore. That was really only temporary stuff. And I'm going to put down our 4 gates like so. And while we're doing this, I'm going to disable that. I don't want them turning on as I configure them. I don't know, just kind of picky. I like to see them all in sequence. Also, while I was waiting on stuff, I did notice that we are getting very close to the end of today's episode, unfortunately. So I think once we get this configured, we're going to have to call it up for today. And just double check that we got our automation going. It's not the prettiest option. I might do something different in the future, but for now, this is going to work great. Red pipe signal, please. Redstone signal on. And give me a second real quick. I'm going to see if this is another visual glitch. Okay, everybody. So Merrick stopped by real quick to try and figure out what was going on, and in the process of showing up, they turned themselves on. I don't know. Merrick suggested maybe there is a warm-up period for combustion engines, and as I've mentioned a few times in the past, I've never used these, so maybe that's the case. Maybe the server is just having a little bit of lag. Don't know what it is, but things seem to be running smoothly now. The red pipe signal is acting like it should. We are filling up our redstone energy cell, and next episode I'll probably show you guys that once this thing is full, everything will have turned itself off and the engines won't be running. Now, like I said, we are getting kind of close to the end of the episode. If I haven't, then, well, we are. I decided I actually wanted to get rid of the liquiducts for now, because I really do want to try and make things look a little nicer, at least. And for that, I wanted to do some facades. So for that, we're going to go ahead and pop that guy up here. And just like we had the liquiducts, I'm going to run them straight down like that. Now the only problem is we will need a redstone engine to pump these guys, and we'll actually probably need a wooden pipe too. But I'll take care of that off screen. We've already seen how to do all that before, but what I did want to show is how to make facades. Real quick, I believe it's just one of these, and then 3 of the material? Or is it the other way around? I think it's the other way around. Yeah. 3 cobblestone structure pipes. Now you see why I made so many. And the material you want to make a facade out of. And trust me, when it comes to facades, you have lots of options. Pretty much every vanilla block, plus a number of the mod blocks as well. So, like all these cool looking wood planks from forestry, and all the different tree log types, and glass, and lapis, and all sorts of crazy cool options. Now, we just go ahead and click them, and they craft nice and fast too, which is cool. And they don't require that much power, which is even better. And as soon as they're done, I'll show you guys real quick how they work. Awesome. Just like we did with the Red Power 2 FACADE. Anyway, they worked very similarly to the Red Power 2 covers. And you just put them on a pipe, and bam. You can't even tell a difference with them, which is what I love about them. So let's actually go and fill this back in. And can you tell where I had the hole? No. Exactly. Perfect. Look at that. Wonderfully covers it up. Now, if only we had facades for these guys, that would be awesome. But nothing. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make a few more of these for the outside. Yeah, BC pipes. Because I wanted to get a couple to cover up out here for our regular brick. And I think with that, we are basically at the end of today's episode. Got a bit done today. We finally automated our process of turning on and off our engines when we need power, which is perfect. I think what I might do too is maybe craft a few more iron gates, get us a couple more redstone energy cells. And I don't know, what are we going to do next? I think we're going to try and work on maybe a few more gates, or maybe it's finally time to start doing our forestry multi-block farms. Those might be cool. Not really sure. I'll give it some thought between this episode and next, and like I always say, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. It's a lot of fun for me. I hope you guys learned a lot, or at least enjoyed what you got to see. This has been Nocturne, and I will see you guys again next time.